Creativity is shown when a person interprets the way of thinking in certain things. Think of a simple white shoe. The producers must think of a design to make people demand more of it. To attract viewers, it should depend on the design. There is more than just giving a design in shoe wear. Like, damn, that's cool. I wish I could have that. Then the next thing you know, money's rolling in the bank. Creativity is important, and in literature, it is a crucial part of what separates it from being a masterpiece and a total disappointment. What makes a show great is its ability to make a smile on people's faces, make them feel emotions. This leads us to Scott Pilgrim, the uniqueness of the show, the movie itself, why the movie flopped, what makes it truly a masterpiece, and many more.
Welcome, dear nerds, to our second episode in Kerfuffle. I'm your host, Henry.
And I am Carlos.
In this podcast, prepare to be intrigued, inspired, and perhaps even a little mystified as we navigate through the realms of media. We're here to spark your curiosity and ignite your thirst for knowledge.
In each episode, we bring you expert guests, riveting stories, and thought-provoking discussions that will challenge your perceptions and expand your horizons in TV shows.
So whether you're a seasoned explorer of the unknown or just embarking on your quest for enlightenment, fasten your seatbelts and get ready to laugh, cry, and feel loads of other emotions. Now let's talk about Scott.
Okay, so I guess it would make sense for us to give our viewers a little recap, right?
Yeah, exactly. So give them the recap.
Okay, so Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is a movie screenplay based on the graphic novel series of Brian Lee O'Malley. I hope I pronounced that right. Anyways, directed by Mr. Edgar Wright. I'm right about that one. During the year 2010. Recently, an anime series is created to pay homage to the original movie written by the original author.
It's homage.
It's homage?
It's homage.
I didn't know. I thought it's homage. Anyways, continuing. To pay homage to original movie written by the original author of the novel series, Mr. O'Malley, and directed by Abel Gongora. The anime adaptation was released during November of 2023 on Netflix, with the original actors reprising their roles for the English voice cast. Before giving our thoughts on the series, we would like to give a summary on the series that we had watched, like I said earlier.
Yeah. The story follows Scott Pilgrim, a 23-year-old bassist in a band named Sex Babam, and is currently sort of dating a high schooler named Migz Chow, who's 17.
She's 17!
Yeah, that's kind of insane, not gonna lie. But putting an emphasis, wait, what?
On the respective ages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Putting emphasis on their respective ages, obviously there is a big issue. Scott shouldn't be dating a high schooler. That's pretty obvious, right?
Kind of reminds me of Josh Giddey, my favorite player from Oklahoma City Thunder. Anyways, continue.
That's so random, but okay, sure. At 23 years old, some have already graduated college, while Knives, she's just currently in senior years in high school.
You know, if I had to name my kid once, and since I'm a big Scott Pilgrim fan, well, not really, if I was a big Scott Pilgrim fan, I'd name my child Spoons instead of Knives. Why would you name...
You know what's a much better word? A much better name, actually?
What?
Forks.
Wow.
That's pretty good, right?
So you'll have your children named Forks and my children named Spoons.
Yeah.
So they'll have children.
Yeah, probably.
And Knives is like the godmother of our children. What are we saying?
What are we saying?
What?
Like,
Anyways, just continue, bro.
What can I say?
Yeah, just stop.
Anyways, Knives and her parents do not care, but nonetheless, it's a present issue to take note of.
Obviously.
And one day, Scott has a dream about a girl which he had developed an infatuation with. Then the next day, he meets her in real life and wanted to date her despite having a relationship.
Quote unquote relationship.
Her name was Ramona Flowers.
Ramona!
Around the same age as Scott, and she recently moved from Canada due to a breakup.
I love Canada. Canada's nice, but there's toxic people in there. I wouldn't want to go to Canada.
There's
In the
some-
process of doing so, yeah, he realized that to date her, he had to fight a lead created by an unknown person.
Kind of tells something about Ramona. That there's literally 7 exes that wants to.
I haven't mentioned the part where she had 7 evil exes. Thank you for spoiling our audience.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, throughout the story,
Sorry
he
for
battles.
jumping the gun.
He battles all 7 of them, one by one, until eventually they were able to date. Insane. Though the movie leaves it a bit ambiguous whether they truly end up together or not.
Then for the anime, the story is a lot different with Ramona talking more with the main character as the main character with Scott not being present in the series that much. Like he got what died in the first episode.
He got died. Nice wordplay for our second episode of the podcast. Here is Mr. Henry making his podcast debut, guys.
I mean,
It's his first
I can't
time.
really, spoil a lot, even though I literally spoiled the 7 exes, right?
Bro, I mean, quote unquote, he died.
Yeah,
But I won't
quote-unquote,
say
he
he totally died.
But
Kind of like Gojo.
in the story short, he's only present for like 2 episodes.
Okay. With that out of the way. We said it at the same time. I wonder why. We can now talk about what we personally think about the show ourselves. Yeah, I think we did bad in that first part of summarizing our story. But, this is our first time. Anyways, what's your name again? I forgot your name.
It's
Mr. Henry.
No, it's
Mr.
Henry.
Henry?
It's Henry.
Why is it Henry?
Because of the famous footballer, Thierry Henry.
Who?
You don't know him?
I do not know who the hell Mr. Henry
You
is.
don't watch football?
The only football player I know is Cristiano Ronaldo,
Don't even know.
Lionel Messi, and Jude Bellingham.
Bro, you literally befriend a football player. What are you doing, bro?
One of my friends with. Who's a football player?
Me.
You're not a football player.
Yeah, I'm a football. Yeah, I mean, well, there's also that one guy. I'm not gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on.
So why did we like the show anyway? So yeah, let's talk about few. I think the character development was pretty nice. Thought Scott's growth as a character was one of the best things about the series, because throughout the movie, it's been depicted clearly that he had such a toxic behavior and was a 2-timer. Not only that, he was dating a high schooler.
Yeah, dating knives was so immature and directionless for Scott, especially he was doing it at that age. He's 23, bro.
He's
He's
23.
dating at 17. I'm 17.
I'm 18.
That's kind of insane. And throughout the whole time, he was making up for those mistakes and grew up as a person.
I mean, if you thought about it, a 23-year-old and an 18-year-old, that's like basically comparing batch 2024 to batch 2016.
Yeah.
Wait, no, not 2016.
Like 20
2019. Yeah, 2019. My math is kind of ass. Anyways, moving on. I just think it's unnecessary. Necessary. What the hell is unnecessary? That's not a word. Unnecessary that Scott had to date a high schooler to be considered toxic. I mean, just being a 2-timer itself is already toxic. So I guess that's just one part I didn't
wait.
like.
He's a 2-timer?
Wait, you didn't know? First of all, he had knives.
We didn't mention, Envy Adams yet.
I mean, Envy Adams was his ex. I was talking about Ramona.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
bro.
Okay. Yeah, that's totally understandable. It is unethical. But what do you think about his bandmates and roommate, the goat Wallace, considering her as a fake fuckboy?
Casey Wallace.
Considering her as a fake high school girlfriend.
Well, if you want my honest opinion, I really don't know. They're there to just give their perspectives. One thing, though, is that Scott never really did anything appropriate to knives, and he never had any ill intentions.
Yeah, just her being 17 just makes things complicated.
Point is, he's flawed, and it's very clear. Throughout the story, though he's constantly developing as a person, he became more aware of the person he was in the past, then confronted them and took responsibility.
The whole time he was struggling to reaffirm his intentions. Reaffirm. He should be reaffirmed. What am I talking about? His intentions and overcoming challenges. Being aware of the age difference, he tried to reconcile with Knives, and he ended up apologizing to her, which is pretty sweet, right? That's like episode 6.
What happened in episode 6 again?
No, it's episode 6 when. No, episode 7 is when Scott returned.
Scott returned episode 6?
Yeah, from the future.
Oh, I actually haven't watched the anime fully yet, but like we're talking about this now, so guys, I mean, I'm here to give my thoughts about the movie and a bit of the anime. I haven't played the games, but yeah, moving
I
on.
read about it. And I forgot about what I played about the game.
Continue what you were saying, bro.
What am I talking about again?
Anyways, Knife's best girl.
Yeah, Knives That's girl. You all know that, right?
Then, another aspect you thinking about that you liked a lot about Scott
I
Pilgrim?
really love I love the show and the movie as and its ability to depict both fantasy and reality and have a balance. Starting with the art style, I think it was able to simplify the real things into archetypes.
What are archetypes? This is the first time I've heard that word. What do you mean?
They were able to specify what they wanted to portray, and it wasn't just applying the same art styles and gimmicks the entire time. They were diverse and creative, but we can discuss more about creativity later.
Yeah, sure. I agree. At times they were at planet Earth, and at times they incorporated these video elements. By understanding what's behind Scott's lens, they were able to emphasize the importance of creating a balance between pursuing our passions, in his case Ramona, as well as maintaining relationships.
Yeah, that's what makes it realistic. It also doesn't feel so serious at all times, which gives the viewers somewhat of a rest time between which emotions to feel.
So there's like a cool down
Yeah, basically.
to feel some sort of comedy relief sometimes, because at times it's just goofy, like me and you. This podcast itself is goofy.
We have so many outtakes that we should really remove, but we
Anyway,
don't.
we are not gonna do it because we are just having fun here and doing its own thing to make up for the serious scenes. Like, remember the scene with the vegan guy? What's his name again?
Todd Ingram.
Yeah, I can't take that guy seriously because when he speaks, sometimes he's so serious at the same time. His whole persona was so goofy. All the vegan police stuff. Wait, speaking of vegan, you're vegan, right?
I'm not vegan. What do you mean?
You're vegan.
I'm not vegan. I'm just pescatarian.
What's the difference?
I can eat fish and dairy products and like animal, animal made products, but not meat itself.
Do you eat eggs?
I do.
Is that
It's pretty
vegan?
hypocritical.
I don't think
It's vegetarian, so it's pescatarian.
eggs are not vegetables. That's all I needed to know. But you eat eggs.
I do eat eggs.
So I guess you're not vegan.
Yeah, I'm not vegan at all.
Okay. Okay. Because sometimes TV shows are just too serious, right? About a concept. That's so unserious consistently, and that's somewhat of a turnoff when I watch it. Shows use the "it's so bad, it's so good" to describe these kinds of shows, like Rent a Girlfriend. Have you seen the manga?
Yeah, I've read 300 chapters.
Bro, you read 300 chapters of a title that had Rent a Girlfriend in it.
And it hasn't changed for 300 of them.
300 changes, no development,
No
basically.
development.
Speaking of development, Scott had a lot of that, and we discussed that previously. But for Scott Pilgrim, it's not bad. And there's creativity with the writers, just being free with their imaginations, and in the process, cook up hilarious scenes without the audience feeling so pressured, not knowing which emotion to feel at times. One of my favorites about this series is its ability to be able to display the comic vibe, which gives good justice to the game.
Yeah, it looks really, 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 really good, right?
Yeah, this might sound so random, but you know Kaguya-sama, right?
Yeah.
I felt like the whole series had some of the best directing ever in an anime series. Its ability to capture so many references. Every episode had a unique gimmick that made the whole series feel so special. And everything felt funnier, all because of those tiny details, like what they say, The smallest details is what makes it special.
I actually agree with a lot of this because every episode felt like, something unique was going on, right? Like episode 5 was just an interview of the movie,
Uh-huh.
of the movie that Young Neil made, of like, what if Scott won, for example, which already happened.
I also love how they made young Neil more relevant in the anime series.
Yeah, he wrote a script, right?
Quote unquote wrote this.
He wrote the script for Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and even led to directing it. It's pretty interesting.
Though I do think what had allowed them to be more creative is that each episode had several scenes.
Yeah.
And I just think their directing was similar in a way that it could interpret the emotions they want to convey to the watchers. Because in Scott Pilgrim, it's a mix of comedy, romance, drama, action, and loads of other drama. When it needs you to make you laugh, it will make you laugh. When it wants you to get in the feels, it will make you get in the feels.
I just want to say though that Scott Pilgrim Takes Off is one of the most cutest shows I've ever seen. Not gonna lie, its art direction is stellar. Would you agree with that?
Sure.
What?
Sure. Yeah, I do agree, it's cute. But do you think it's cuter than K-On?
Yeah, by a large margin.
You are
I'd say.
wrong. K-On is the best anime ever.
Okay, a show about cute girls being in a band, and that's the whole gimmick for 6 seasons, I think.
It's the best show having cute girls in a band, you know? K-On is the best
That's
cute girls in a band.
that's Bochi the Rock.
No, Bochi the Rock is not the best.
Yeah, Bochi the Rock's the best. What do you mean? Bochi the Rock's literally the best.
It's not the best.
It is. Do you agree, Jarekh?
Yeah.
Bro, the spawn.
Oh, by the way,
But
we have a
anyways-
special guest. Give a round of applause to Chobana House, one and only Jarekh Aquino. Oh wait, it's Jarekh Aquino.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Please give him a round of applause.
Yeah. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, we brought him here today so that he could vouch for us. Nah, I'm joking. Anyways, how are you feeling now that the first half of the school year is over?
Well, it's pretty difficult, but we got through it. The past few weeks, though, I have dedicated my time to watching the Scott Pilgrim anime and the series. I'm here for the hype.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were just watching podcast 3 episodes. I saw the episode with Gilbert Arenas. You were watching it in the ground floor of the Fab Lab.
It was pretty interesting.
Bro was getting ready for the podcast.
Yeah, true. Let's just get out of it, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Before watching the film, okay, let's have some few questions to get ourselves started. You can expand more on it if you want to, but I'm gonna ask questions. Before watching the film, what were your first expectations and impressions? Because for me, I kind of see it being suggested a lot by people. Seeing this suggested in suggestion forms, I decided to watch it. It's a very interesting looking show. But how about for you?
Let's start first. There's a lot of expectations for first-time anime viewers that it would be the original story being adapted to anime form. But obviously, it's a lot different. Somewhat like an alternate timeline of what could have happened if Scott lost to Mr. Patel. If you were expecting the show to be fully adapted to the original story, you shouldn't expect much because it is more about Ramona and her relationships with other people. And it's more like Ramona was the main character.
Well, from my perspective, I started with the anime, so I didn't really have any expectations for it. The same way you did. I have heard about the movie, although I was not too keen on watching it, since I prefer watching episodic type of media. With that said, I really enjoyed the show for what it's worth, and I mostly see it as an enjoyable murder mystery show. Yeah. I was blown away with the aesthetic and vibe of the whole show, and it really set the mood with how I would want to watch shows in the future. I will be watching the movie soonish, probably. So I do hope it catches the same vibe that hooked me to the show.
When do you plan to watch a movie?
Sometime in the near future, I have no idea yet.
Well, are you gonna read the comic?
I don't read.
Nah, yeah, I haven't read the comic. It's fine not reading the comic, you know. But like, I'm so impressed with how Mr. Jarekh speaks in our podcast. I wonder how great. I think you should be in a radio broadcasting or something.
Yeah,
You are so
exactly.
good at giving your
Yeah.
thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be. You should be. You should be the partner for JJ Redick in this new podcast.
Yeah, or maybe podcast piece. You know,
Or,
new.
you know the new Jalen Brunson podcast,
Yeah,
right?
You know, Bronson podcast.
Uh-huh. Or in Trash Taste with the anime man.
What?
You go.
And
Why?
Connor, CWA.
Don't watch
Really
them.
Interesting.
No.
They're great.
Yeah, they're really good,
No.
actually.
No.
Hopefully they watch the show. Did they?
Yeah, definitely watch the show. Scott Pilgrim is the GOAT of all time. Anyways. Do you
Next
feel
question.
like you're also missing out for not having watched the movie first or the comic first, since they both have the original storyline? There were also some pieces you wouldn't understand if you hadn't watched the movie first. Give your thoughts.
Yeah, definitely. I'm already aware with how drastically different the story is between the show, movie, and comic. It's still going. I'm still going to watch the movie regardless, since I heard good things about it.
Oh, I kind of did too, but then I continued with the movie after like the first 3 episodes. And yeah, I realized the storylines were a lot different, as I said. Again, more of like the murder mystery kind of trope now for the anime.
I somewhat regret starting off like that, but I had to finish it first before going to the movie. The anime was great, though nonetheless. I would yap about it any time of the day if I had to, so thank you again for having
The
me
Yap
here.
Master!
Grandmaster Yapper.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
You are such a
Do you
yapper.
wanna- do you wanna
Thank you
add-
for yapping.
Yeah, do you want to add more? Because you're such a good yapper, right?
I love anime.
Yeah, I mean, he does, right? He does. What's
That's-
your favorite anime? This last year, in 2023.
My favorite anime from last year, it's definitely Bochi the Rock.
It's
I
not-
think
it's-
it's better than K-On!
K-On is
This is
better.
2023.
Yeah, Bocce the Rock released in 2023, I'm pretty sure.
Bochi the Rock definitely released in 2023.
Didn't that release in December 2022?
It's part of the Crunchyroll's awards in 2023.
Oh yeah,
so-
it's for the winter. Oh, who cares?
Part of winter, that just means that's released in January. January's winter. Who's your
Yeah.
favorite character?
In Mochi,
Yeah, Bocce the Rock.
it's Ryo. Oh, Ryo.
You like those short hair kinds.
Yeah, and the people who take money from me.
You're sad, bro.
You're sad, bro. The best girl is Nijika.
Omsim!
Okay.
Nijika,
I mean,
Nijika.
she's
Nijika's
also
best
she's
girl.
also there.
What?
She's also up there. I mean, to be fair, literally all of them is up there, including Hitori.
Kitari.
But Nijika is on a different plane of
Existence?
existence.
Nijika is always happy. Happiness is happy.
Why did we go far from
Anyways, let's
Scott
have
Pilgrim, right?
I blame you guys for this.
I blame you. I blame this guy. This guy in front of me.
Whatever.
This
Next
guy
question,
brought
bro.
up the topic just to say that Rio is the best girl.
Anyways, next question.
Were there any aspects of the show or movie that you like more than the other?
I think the movie is a lot more unique than a lot of other shows.
Wait,
airing-
I thought you haven't watched the movie yet.
Wait a second.
Wait. Are you lying to us? Why do you have thoughts?
Okay, maybe you saw like
Maybe you
previews.
saw.
I saw a sneak peek.
Oh, okay. You probably saw the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer doesn't give much justice, but like if you saw a few other clips, I think
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I saw Lee. What's her
You
name
probably-
again? Larson?
I will-
Brie Larson.
Wait, maybe you talked to a
Larson.
few people about Scott Pilgrim,
Yeah.
the movie, right?
Yes.
Because it's kind of hot in this high school. I noticed.
It's
at
hot
least.
in our high school.
Yeah.
It's hot in our high school. Yeah, I don't think it's the high school's fault. I think it's just
It's just
It's
the
hot.
films.
It's getting hot in here.
Yeah, I think
Take
it's just
off
the
all your
Philippines.
clothes.
Okay.
Just so you guys know, this guy Jarekh here is
Helpless.
yeah, he's topless.
No
That's
one-
why we don't have camera right now.
No,
Yeah.
no one needed to know that.
Everyone
Anyways,
needed to know your
how about you continue?
Continue
your
with
thoughts?
what?
continue
With
what
my
you're
thoughts
saying.
on the movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you want to hear my thoughts about the movie?
Yeah.
Even though you haven't watched it, give us your thoughts.
Okay. Even comparing it to the movies from its
Let's
time, it's a lot more creative and diverse. Like on paper, the plot doesn't sound so good because I think it's like the main character is kind of questionable. He is.
Yeah, I guess true.
And
True,
every
I
other movie at the time followed a certain kind of trope. And on the other hand, the movie was its own thing, and it was inventive and kind of funny, kind of. But
Kinda.
honestly,
It is funny. It is funny.
kind of.
It is funny.
I think both media are pretty funny.
Yeah.
Personally.
It's not just kind of funny, but like I guess that's your opinion.
Well, regardless, honestly, I love both the adaptations. They're both great in their own ways. I just think that the movie has a lot more. What? I prefer the anime though.
You had a brain rot. What is bro saying? You haven't even watched the movie. How do you prefer the anime?
Yup, master. Yup, master.
Bro is yapping. He's...
I told you, he's the grandmaster yapper, bro. Anyways, I surprisingly agree with a lot of your takes. Honestly, being honest, like, are you sure you haven't watched the movie?
Let's
Maybe-
just say I did.
Anyways, the movie's pretty similar to the comics, obviously, because they do have they do have the same story. And I personally love the comics a lot, and I really think the way the movie and the show were adapted gives justice there. I really love it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'll give it a try if I have the time.
Yeah, you should. You should. It's one of my favorite comics of all time, honestly.
Is it better than Jujutsu Kaisen?
That's not a comic. It's a manga.
It's a manga.
Mangas are comics.
Mangas are not
I
comics.
mean, they're technically just
Oh, they're
Japanese
not.
comics.
Mangas are comics. There are panels in each page.
No, they're not.
The only reason why comics are different is because you read the comics from left to right.
Yeah. Okay.
Instead, in manga, you read them from right to left.
You're so wrong.
I am so right.
Anyways, Jujutsu Kaisen is mid. It's really,
You
really,
are
really,
you
really
are
mid.
even more wrong.
You are even more wrong. See,
No,
he
it's
agrees.
weird.
Jujutsu Kaisen is the greatest anime of all time.
Really?
Gojo
No,
is the greatest
We're talking about the manga.
piece
We're
of
talking about manga.
character that the world has made.
Really?
Have you read past 100?
What is past 100? What is
Chapter
this? Chapter
Past
100,
100
of,
chapters.
of Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. But
Exactly.
I just know Gojo died. Okay, sorry viewers, but it's kind of obvious. Haven't you
it's all
seen?
of it.
He's not dead yet.
He's dead.
There's still hope.
Yeah, Gojo's not dead. He's performing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. See how he hugged it? I hugged it.
Who?
Who? Gojo.
He hugged someone?
Yeah.
Whatever, let's just continue.
Anyways.
Was there a
About the
specific
next
scene in the series that you greatly remember that you would remember this
This is Scott Pilgrim.
any
In the show.
The show?
Not the movie.
Not the
Because you
movie.
have not watched the movie.
Yeah, you haven't watched the movie.
I have watched the movie.
No, you haven't.
Yes,
You
I
just
have.
said
Okay,
so.
wait. Yeah. And then
Well,
Anyways.
I feel like the most popular choice for people would be the finale scene. in the
yeah,
movie.
that scene was great.
Finale.
Where Scott just goes and does everything again. The part where he made amends with both Ramona and Knives was Scott at his finest.
His finest.
Yeah, especially with Knives.
Hey.
That was hey yo.
Yo,
At the start,
what?
At the start, obviously, he's a really flawed character, and through this journey with Ramona, he was able to develop.
Character development.
Yeah, yes. During the final scene, he still wasn't aware that he was such a pathetic person. So everyone around him still had to slap some sense into him.
You think so?
Well, I haven't really answered the question. One scene I definitely will never forget is the fight with Todd. I just thought Brie Larson as Envy Adams was so hilarious. You know how she tries to sound so serious, but in the end it turns out funny?
I think it's just the show's vibe that makes Brie Larson's acting truly hilarious. I still think Brie Larson on that role was amazing though. It was complimentary for one another. It added depth for her well-written character.
Speaking of talking about the vegan guy, Todd Ingram, aren't
Yeah.
you vegan?
I'm not vegan. I'm pescatarian. We talked about this already.
Bro, why are you swearing on the podcast?
I did not swear.
Joren,
Did not
cut
hear.
that out. Cut that out, Joren. Oh wait, he's asleep.
Get out here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, Ethan.
Shoo! Eat from the streets!
Be helpful and go to the NBA because there's no Ethans in the NBA right now.
Eh?
Yes.
There's no Ethans in the NBA.
Ever
Eh?
in history.
There's no Ethan in NBA history?
Yes.
What? I never knew that. I swear the Thunder had a player named Ethan or something.
I have no idea. Anyways,
Continue.
where did we left off? Oh yeah, you were talking about Chris Evans.
Chris Evans?
I was talking about Chris Evans.
Oh.
Yeah, you should
Or-
talk about
or-
Chris Evans.
Oh, you want me to talk about Chris Evans?
Yeah, talk about Chris Evans.
Okay, fine.
You know, it's kind of funny though that Chris and Ray are both in Marvel as well.
Yeah.
With Captain.
Who would you take in a fight though? Captain Marvel or Captain America? Bro, Captain America has the hammer.
But Captain Marvel is literally a super god.
So did Captain Marvel defeat Thanos?
Captain America's a human.
I would smash Chris Evans.
Okay.
Anyways,
What?
That's the point.
speaking of Chris Evans,
What?
him just being there as Lucas Lee was hilarious too. His facial expressions and deep voice at times, from the view standpoint of the audience, you could really tell if an actor was genuinely enjoying their role in the film. And I believe Chris Evans was just being himself and enjoying his role, as further supported in an interview where he said taking part in this movie.
Well, now that we're speaking of characters, I personally think the best character in the show was Wallace Wells, or the cool game as referred to by Scott. He's such a funny character. I think his timings were hilarious throughout the show, and his every appearance will never fail to make up.
Put
Put
us-
a smile on your faces, on my face as well. Like honestly,
Show me a smile
anytime
right now.
he's on
Show me a
screen-
smile right now.
There's no camera on, right?
I don't care. I just want to see it.
Anyways, every time he's on screen, I feel like
That was the fakest laugh ever. Never do that again.
That was disgusting.
That was disgusting. You made our guest say it's disgusting to laugh. Anyways,
oh, he laughed.
But
that's because of me, not
Oh,
you.
that's disgusting. You laughed.
no, I laughed with a
No,
genuine.
that was genuine.
Okay, bro.
Speaking of best character, who do you think is best girl?
Knives.
Knives.
Knives is not the best girl.
What? She is. I love Knives. Right?
I believe that the best girl would be, what's her name again?
Julie.
You already forgot her name. She's not best girl anymore.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think a 17-year-old is a best
Come
girl.
on.
Dude, she's not best girl just because she's 17. Yes, but what?
What?
Nah.
Continue your point. She is just one of the most fun characters in the entire show.
I agree.
I love her positive energy. It is a breath of fresh air compared to literally every other girl.
I think I love Brie Larson's negative energy. I think every time she goes, Captain Marvel.
At least pretty good.
Who would win in a battle, Captain Marvel or Knives?
I would smash Captain.
Bro!
I would smash.
Keep it rated PG-13,
I would
bro.
smash.
Do not say.
Ramona.
Okay.
Ramona? That's the most normal thing to say. You wouldn't say you would smash Knives for obvious reasons.
I'm the same age as Lance.
So,
You won't be next year.
This year.
Oh,
Wait.
this year.
why does it matter anyways?
Anyway, she's best girl.
Yeah, she is. She is.
Can we argue about any other girl?
Do not say Julie.
Speaking of best character, who do you think is the best girl in Scott Pilgrim takes up?
Knives.
You are both wrong.
What? What do you mean? Migz is literally the best girl.
I think the best girl is what's her name again?
You forgot her name.
Yeah. That means that she's not best girl.
I
You
just
get the
know a
name.
girl. I just forgot her name.
What, you're gonna say
But
Julie?
what?
You're gonna say
Maybe,
Julie?
maybe it's Julie. I forgot. I keep forgetting the characters' names. My
And
bad. No.
Kim? Kim. It's probably Kim.
Yeah, Kim's the best girl, the drummer girl. Yeah, she's the best
Well,
girl.
I disagree. Respectfully.
Why
Kim
is
was
it-
really good.
Why is it Knives though?
Knives, he's just one of the most fun characters in the entire show. I love her positive energy, and it's a breath of fresh air compared to literally every other girl that takes off.
She's cute.
Bro, aren't you like 19, turning 20, bro?
Like, but what do you think Knives is the best girl? Jarekh? Like, don't slip in the mic.
What? Honestly, her hair is pretty cute.
I agree. Both hairs.
Or if we're talking about hair, then Ramona should be best girl.
Yeah, I guess. But Ramona's the basic person thing.
You just said Ramona, the girl who changes her hair color
Yeah,
every
but
episode. The
It's
most
like
basic
it's like
girl.
it's like it's like picking the main character as your favorite character. Like,
The main character can be the best character though.
yeah, but it's the normie pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Even though-
in Attack on Titan, Eren's the best character. Eren's the goat.
In Chainsaw Man, Denji is the best character.
Yeah, that is the best character.
I have not watched either of these shows, by the way.
And the best character in Bocchi the Rock is
Okay, it's Bochi, it's Bochi, it's Bochi,
Oh.
it's Bochi.
it's the red
Bochi,
haired
Bochi.
girl.
Shut up now. Shut up.
She's literally
Sure.
my
Shut
spirit
up.
animal.
No.
I think it's real, but that's kind of weird. Right?
No, it's not Ryo, it's Nijika.
Nijika?
Nijika.
You like blondes, that's what you like.
Anyways, we're talking about Scott Pilgrim here.
Continue.
Let's talk about like other candidates for best girls. Like the aforementioned Julie.
Do you have any honorable mentions for best girl?
I just said that Julie.
Julie.
Yeah,
Why Julie?
Julie's just, he's the angry person type, and I kind of like that.
I like being degraded.
Yeah, I like being offended.
Same. Do you like being degraded, Mr. Jarekh?
As someone who is experiencing that, yeah.
If you're listening to this episode, you heard that.
Anyways.
Anyways, I also think does future Ramona count? Oh wait, that's a spoiler.
Oh, what future Ramona?
What I mean,
That's a spoiler.
slightly older Ramona. Just the concept of that. That's I like that personally. A more mature version of the current Ramona, who's already matured. I think that would be like actual best personally.
Yeah. And her hair is pretty cute. You can't deny that. Plus, her outfit is really fresh. So, like, somewhat funny that the reasoning why her and Scott separated is. Wait, how did they separate again? Was it like a misunderstanding?
They separated because. Wait, why did Scott and Ramona separate in the first place again? Like in the middle
I'm
of the
pretty
night?
sure it's
Did
it's because Ramona wanted space between those.
Did they
between the two.
separate?
They didn't. Like in technicality,
Is it
Ramona
like-
just wanted space
Yeah,
from Scott,
Yeah,
but
but-
Scott thought,
Like,
Oh, you got-
she divorced.
yeah, he got divorced, even though there was literally no papers on it. Oh,
They-
sorry,
they-
by the way, this is a spoiler about
At
future
this
Scott
point,
and
we're just
future
saying
Ramona.
everything is
But
spoiled.
anyways, Ramona just wanted space, and Scott thought, oh, that means we want to break up, divorce,
That
and that made Scott insane.
Well, like having space with your partner doesn't necessarily mean you
Yeah.
should break up with them.
Exactly.
But why did Ramona just suddenly break up?
Because she did not break up.
They did not. They did not break
Didn't
up.
she like?
She just said, I want space and fucking.
Did she like go with Gideon or something?
No, he didn't.
Gideon.
In the
Gideon?
movie.
No, she did not. Oh, in the movie.
In the movie.
Oh, I watched the movie.
I haven't watched much of the anime, Like I've seen the anime. Yeah.
I watched the
Yeah.
entire.
I thought we were talking about the show.
Yeah, me too. So,
Oh yeah. This is not the point. Anyways, uh, speaking of Ramona, how about next question?
Are you? Do you want to talk about the concept of having 7 evil exes in the series? Give me your thoughts, guys.
Yeah. Go first, John.
It's an interesting idea. As a first-time viewer of the show, it's very telling of the type of person Ramona Flowers is. At least in the past, and the damage she has done on her exes, that they decide to become a collective evil group with delusions of coming back with her. It also gives the story a somewhat video game-esque vibe as they act as a villain, the weak type for the story. All that said, this idea couldn't have worked if it wasn't paired with some strong personalities from all the other members of the evil group.
Yeah, I agree with that. Tenfold. Every character feels unique, and most of these characters are fleshed out on the show in a way that makes me appreciate them. For one, the leader of the league, Gideon Graves.
You mean Matthew Patel?
Oh yeah, Patel is actually the leader of the league in the show. In the movie, it's Gideon, but in the show, Patel becomes the
I
leader.
think Gideon's character in the movie is a lot better than Patel being the actual leader.
Yeah, but it was a unique idea, and he won it over Gideon, which is an interesting change,
Like if
for the anime.
Marvel's What If had a Scott Pilgrim episode.
Yeah, basically. I mean, the whole show is literally just a what if.
Yeah.
Anyways, after his apparent win over Scott Pilgrim, he was still denied by Ramona. So he decides that a change is needed in the league because, well, he defeated their boyfriend, apparently, right, of Ramona, but he didn't get back. So obviously, there's a flaw with the structure of the league. So he challenges Gideon for the league and his other important possessions, which includes his underwear and 14 animal daycares.
What the fuck?
Hey!
It is PG-13.
Well, it's true though. It's not really mentioned in the show. But
14 animal daycares.
yeah, that's kind of
And
insane.
underwear.
Anyways,
Why
Patel
he's
won.
not-
While his overall presence in the show is kind of minuscule, we get to see how Patel act if he got success and became a star, which is just classic Patel. A little bit more confidence than usual.
What are your thoughts on Mr. Patel, Mr. Jarekh? He's home. He's what?
Let's talk about the other villains of the show.
Which villain?
Well, I mean the other members of the league. Forgot the girl's name.
Just know
The
he's
ninja?
gay.
The ninja.
Ninja.
I'm sorry, the girl's fans of the ninja. But she's actually a pretty interesting character, being the only lesbian on the show.
The kissing scene was hot.
Bro!
Yeah, honestly,
Sure, whatever.
not much came in to talk to me.
Okay, what? What?
Like,
Anyway.
she had potential.
Yeah, she had
Just-
potential, but I don't think she was his sandwich.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
wouldn't
he
be
was
that.
definitely not.
There were 7 exes, to be fair. You have to fit all of that in one.
I mean, speaking of missed potential, the twins.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
they
twins are
literally
very
spoke 0 words in the movie.
But they're kind of interestingly put in the show. I mean, future Scott teamed up with them.
They made a band. I forgot
they
what the
made a
band
band.
is called.
Definitely not sex for bomb.
Yeah, it's definitely not successful. Let me search it up actually. While we talk about other villains, or talk about the twins.
Who's the vegan?
That's how they go.
The vegan guy. Why? Because he hooked up with. What's his name?
Brie Larson?
No, not
Envy.
No, not Reed.
It's Envy. Yeah,
No.
I like him too. It's my favorite villain. You can guess why.
The Katriyanagi twins, yes.
Oh, there we go.
The what? Katriyanagi twins. They're Japanese.
Yeah, they're Japanese.
They do not look Japanese.
They're Japanese in the movie.
Oh yeah, the robot gets more screen time than the twins.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of insane.
Should have been one of the evil exes.
Honestly,
Ramona just goes down bad and marries a robot.
yeah. And obviously, we can't not talk about Idiot or what's his name again? Goose. Goose. Yeah, Goose. In the movie, you know who he is, right? Stop. Narcissistic, rich guy. But in the movie, and in the show, I mean, he loses the hotel. He loses everything. And you get to see how much of a toll that takes him. You know, going to Julie, get back to Julie, and then basically becoming a, you know, a, what do you call this? A hobo.
A Discord what?
Bro, all those apply. And then,
During the pandemic, we did have like a Discord notification.
yeah, and that's kind of bad.
Wait, no, I didn't. I never had that.
Really?
Such a random thing to say.
Yeah, why did you mention that?
We all had Discord during the pandemic. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
We were in Discord.
And we didn't even talk about Lucas. Probably
Lucas.
definitely one of the best, right?
Because he's acted by, you know,
Deep voice guy.
Bro, I like this flexibility of Chris Evans. Yeah, Chris Evans. Anyways,
I
I love
love
Lucas.
I think the acting of each actress for each of the actors are cool because they have their own.
The movie is just really good.
They're just not taking anything seriously. They're just
Yeah.
being fun.
Yeah, the movie is
It's so,
really
if you think about it, the cast is so star-studded. But like, their personalities pop with each
Yeah.
character. And it's kind of
Did I
fun.
mention like the advertisement for the movie kind of sucked? That's why, despite having all these popular people,
Yeah,
it didn't pop off. I like the anime. The anime,
Honestly,
as a fan,
That's kind of something that's I've noticed with the entire Scott Pilgrim series in general. Like, I think their marketing's kind of bad.
I mean, it's an Netflix.
I think it's intentional.
But like, bro, they marketed the show as a adaptation of the original story, which it clearly isn't. And
Which
that's
one?
why
The show or the movie?
the show. And that's why some people didn't like the show because they were expecting a faithful adaptation
Yeah,
of the original story.
but it's so what if?
But it's what if? What if
It's a what?
murder mystery, which is way different from the villain of the week.
I personally think
stories.
murder mystery shows are kind of bad.
Yeah, but when they're pulled off really good,
And like in this case, Scott Pilgrim.
yeah, mostly because
Mostly because they're just not being serious about it.
yeah, they're not. It's not.
It's like meta
It's not a
humor.
focus.
It's like meta
It's not a
humor.
focus, right?
Meta humor, of course.
What's that?
Meta humor. It's like we're aware.
Oh,
Meta.
meta.
It's like self-aware, but you're still going with it.
Yeah.
So like,
Like meta, 8-ball pool, meta.
Yeah,
Lots
Yeah.
of plans, meta.
I hate this podcast.
like, like, yeah, the comic popped off, right?
Definitely.
The comic popped off. A lot of people read it, but I didn't see as much traction with the movie or the game or the show. Right? It's kind of sad, even though these adaptations are fantastic on their own way. Maybe not the game because
Yeah,
who has played the game?
I did not know there was a movie.
But like the movie, one of the most funniest movies I've ever watched. And the show are really good one of what, you know, two. What if Ramona was the main character? And what if Scott Pilgrim played?
Like I want a side story of what if Wallace Wells was the side, I mean not the side character,
The main character.
Yeah, that would
Yes,
be
probably
awesome.
the best character.
Oh yeah,
That'll
by the way,
probably make the show way
by
better.
the way, the girls, the exes girl.
Wallace Wells and his 7 evil boyfriends.
Roxy.
Yeah, that would have been, that would have been a sick side show. Oh wow, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, the couple of boyfriends got see.
That would have been a 10. Out of 10.
I wanted
Then
more
you say,
Julie.
Wallace is literally the best character in the entire show. Like,
since he's a side character, but like I'm not sure if that's a main character. He can't live up to the
he's definitely funniest English. But here's something that I kind of didn't vibe with. I think English dub. It's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Slightly.
Slightly.
Because like they are actors. They're not built to
They're,
be voice
yeah, they're
actors.
definitely.
They're
They felt
they're
like actors, big meetings.
Yeah.
Even though this,
They're trying to be voice actors, but they should have just been actresses, whatever they do.
Yeah. this movie, just brings back a movie that's for the VA. Awesome, right? Awesome concept. You know, characters like Ramona, falls flat, that's a death delivery, which is amazing in the movie. In the show, it's like you could. Ramona's giving more energy than her movie portrayal, and in the show, it's just dead. Yeah.
I thought like she was still dead in the.
Well, she's not as dead.
She's not as dead.
Yeah, she's not as dead. Anyways, do we have to wrap this up?
I guess we have to wrap this up. So, Mr. Jarekh, thank you for joining our podcast today.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say to our viewers?
Yeah. Watch Bochi the Rock.
Yeah, watch Bochi the Rock. It's actually very good. We
Watch-
might review it, but like we have one show to review
Watch
next.
Freeman.
Freerun.
Everyone's watching.
Everyone's watching Freerun. Why do you have to tell
Oh, yeah,
me
you've watched?
Freerun? No, I've never watched it.
What the hell?
You're not everyone.
I don't watch anime that much anymore.
Oh yeah.
It's not an anime though. It's a masterpiece.
I can say that Good Review is a masterpiece, ReZero is a masterpiece, but they're anime.
You just like gay women in
Dude.
anime.
The ReZero don't have gay women though.
Why don't you also join us, bringing our final thoughts about the show? Why not?
Thank you.
Why not? Try it.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah,
Well,
let's do
what
this.
do you guys think of the final rating?
It's really good.
Well, I would rate it a 10 to be honest.
Oh, really? That's really high.
Then that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just think the world should know how great it is. Thus, yeah, I'm still here telling people how great it is.
I mean, it's great, but I don't think it would be a 10 personally.
It's a 10.
Okay.
This is the kind of guy who would rate every TV show or movie that he likes a 10.
No, I wouldn't.
What's your rating of Bochi the Rock?
11.
Honestly, that's fair.
It's fair. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
Bochi's
understandable
right.
for people to like shows and give them a high rating.
Yeah.
But there are
If you
still
would
some
say-
imperfections.
Yeah. Personally, the dub. It's just the dub. It's just really the dub. I watched the whole show sub Japanese dub. It was pretty. I felt better
At least.
Yeah. I think the VA work is better because, well, instead of actors, VAs are working on it.
I think Scott Pilgrim should be a show, like a live
Also-
action show, instead of just a movie.
Yeah. Cool. Pero
I think the anime is fine.
also, bro, we
but-
wouldn't have that amazing animation.
Yeah.
If it was a live action. So,
Anime.
I don't
mean,
know.
You can still have the anime with it, but then just have a live action.
Maybe you can mix both.
I mean, to be fair, the anime had more action. Right?
Have a movie,
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a live action, and then have the anime. That's how it works.
Also, there's one more thing. I think the final part felt a bit. The main story actually kind of felt rushed.
Yeah, it's a movie. It's a
Yeah, in the show. I mean,
What's the main story
Okay.
again?
We've been talking about Scott
Like,
Pilgrim
I
the
mean-
whole time, and you forgot about the whole
I said like
It's just so surreal.
stop going dead.
Oh, I didn't think he died. Wait, oh, you mean the murder mystery
Yeah,
aspect?
Was he actually dead? I didn't watch the anime. I didn't know. Was he actually dead?
No, he
He
didn't.
met up with future Scott.
He killed himself.
They met up with future Scott. Met up with future Ramona, and then came back to. He came back to the present. Warned Ramona about future Scott's plans.
And he killed himself.
Yeah, actually, he killed himself. He did kill himself.
That's what I've been saying. He's been trying to kill himself. Not himself, but himself, the older himself.
Yeah.
Then the older
The older,
himself
really
came
crazy
back.
himself.
Yeah, there.
He trained for 2 years. And he
Yeah,
came back
that was fucking
very
good.
fucking strong. I'm sorry. Very strong.
Yeah, very strong. It's like a Discord mode, but instead of being fat, he was buff as hell.
Yeah. It was kind of insane. Also, future Ramona. Future Ramona's
I have no idea what y'all are talking about because I've never watched the anime. I've watched the show.
Well,
I watched the movie.
Anyways, the movie's also great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if
that
I had to
definitely-
rate the movie, it's definitely a 9.
I'm rating it a 9 too.
Why would you rate it a 9?
There are some flaws.
Yeah, there's a few. Like, wait. I'm trying to think of
Like,
something.
I believe some characters shouldn't just be there.
Yeah, some of the characters. What do you
Like the twins.
Like, yeah, that one's literally.
The characters in that movie felt like just characters.
And the fact that it's rushed. But for a movie,
Yeah,
I
it's
think it's
a bit
decent.
Actually, the same I can say with the show.
I still love how it's able to portray those social issues.
But the
that
show
need to be
fleshes
recognized
out the show fleshes out the characters better
Yeah.
than the movie.
by-
But
yeah,
the
it's a
main-
show.
Yeah, but the
Yeah, it's
main
more
plot
of a
is still a
show.
bit rushed
Yeah.
because of how much it focuses on fleshing out these characters.
Yeah.
But I would also give the show a nine.
Okay.
Same score.
Thank you, Mr. Jarekh, for joining our podcast today.
Good gi- Wait,
Okay, now we can leave. You can go leave.
I can leave.
yeah, go.
Bye.
Good research.
Bye.
Anyways, thank you for
Okay,
watching
now
this
that it's
episode. Catch you on the next one.
And
What's the next one?
I have no idea, but we will have a new episode coming soon.
It's gonna be 4 things.
What?
It's gonna be 4 things.
I have no idea what that is. And 9 is our fair score. I think giving a show 10 is fairly subjective. Yeah. Just give it a 9.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this episode. Catch you on the next one.
Peace.